Hello and welcome to the second part of my little podcast, and with me is Mindstorm.
Our little podcast.
I like to say our, this time he's not munching his face with food, so we might get some conversations out of him. I like to thank the key workers and the NHS, and I'm sorry for more lives that have been lost, which is a very sad moment. How is everybody bearing up with isolation? I'm hoping that a lot of people haven't gone too far out and about in this gorgeous weather, but we'll soon find out when the news reporters will tell us later on in the day, because if we keep not going by the guideline rules by the government that have put in place, we will end up with military on our hands. And I like this little bit of flexibility that we got. I don't like the idea of what French have brought in, that you have to email them to get a slip, to get permission to go to the shops. Now, I can see that happening if they continue and stuff, because I like the idea when I've got something, I can drop it off at somebody's store because they need it, I have it, I can drop it off. That will soon stop. So, or you know, when you nip into the supermarkets and you drop something, and if people aren't respecting the guidelines, then this is going to happen. I also like it to be respected because I know a few people that have been diagnosed with cancer. And one person, she's only about 27 years old. She's got aggressive cancer. She's miles away from her own family because she went away to university, and she can't have chemo because obviously the immune system. So it's all right going, I might not get this virus, or you could be a carrier. And you could go next to somebody who has a weak immune system, and that virus would jump onto that person. And it's spreading that way. So please, everybody, don't think about yourself. Think about the people that have been diagnosed with cancer. Think about them not needing treatment, or people that needing heart operations and they can't have it. Or they need to go to the hospital to get the kidneys sorted out. 101 things. So that's the bit of the boring bit, I'm afraid, the Auntie Ang telling you off moment, but we need to bring it to your attention because it's not fair, and it's not fair on the people that, you know, they get cancer, they're going to bed at night, they don't know if they're going to wake up the next day because this cancer is eating them. So come on, let's pull ourselves together a little bit.
Well, a bit more to add to it. We've got a friend on the inside of the army, and apparently they are gearing the army up, according to our friend. But the thing is, they don't know exactly what's going on. They just know they're being set to prepare. Like, they're being set up, prepared to probably put us in a major lockdown if people don't listen to instruction. I mean, like, we've just been looking at Snapchat stories and videos that people post online of people chilling out in London. Like, stop it, you idiots!
I mean, yeah, I just went to the supermarket today and grabbed some bits and a couple of Easter eggs ready for next Sunday. And I said to the bloke, oh, you know, everybody's at the beach a bit, I think. And he's turned around, he says he can't see a problem with that. Well, it's a catch-22. In one way, I can't see a problem because you're out in the open. But on the other hand, I can, because you're still going to get contact past somebody and all that. So it's kind of a bit down. My dog Lucky, she's going pretty okay still, because the other week I got told that her heart's grown, which caused a heart murmur to flare up, and the reason why she's coughing up water is because she's dying, and that was a fortnight ago, and she's doing pretty well. I've had moments where I think she slipped, so you know what it's like if you're a pet owner. First week you don't properly sleep, and then for once, well, twice, I've had 2 decent nights sleep, thank goodness, but I still pop my eyes open like you do looking after a baby, checking that they're still kind of breathing. So yes, I'm talking about you, Lucky. I've got Lucky and Star sitting with us. And she's looking at me to say, Mum, are you talking about me? I am, my little darling. And that. So yes. And of course I've had a bit of a stressful moment where Katie's blasted her music at 6:30 in the morning, and I didn't need to get up that early because I finally not long got off to sleep. So that went down like a leaded balloon in our house. But otherwise than that, it's been not too bad actually for the breakdown. Well, lock-in with dozens of people. slightly exaggerating, but still.
Can't say the same for the people in China with the rise in divorce rates.
Is there?
Yeah.
I haven't gone looking on the news properly today. I'm looking forward to the Queen's speak later. I nearly said King then, Queen. And that. And after this podcast, I'm going to get my tracky bottoms on and we're going for a little jog.
For our one exercise a day.
Yeah. I'm dying to do it. I haven't been doing it because, you know, I've been blitzing away. But the last few days I've been feeling sorry for myself. So not a lot of deep cluttering got on into my lounge like I wanted to and organising. But saying that though, I have gone through a few fair bits of papers and stuff, which is great to do. And that. Oh yeah, something was brought to my attention last week when I was talking away. When I did Richard's Poorhouse, and we were going around looking at cars. And remember, I was the first people to do the first ever series, so the people wouldn't have a clue what sort of poor was, and because let's face it, the media portrayed poor people as scum of society, when no, they're not all are, because I know a few well-off people that are scum of society, to be quite frankly. But when I did it, and I was like, oh, so that means I'm going to go around Range Rovers and BMW car showrooms, you know, or Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and apparently we got told we weren't welcome by these forecourts. And I'm thinking they're a bit stupid, really, because one day I might end up having a bit of luck on the lottery or the Euro. And do you think I'm going to then go to them certain garages? Because I will find out and I'll be purchasing a car off them. I don't think so. So that's another point. And the people who I swapped with, where they go to get their dog pampered, actually refuse us to go in. And it's a pity I didn't get the name of the company, because then I would actually broadcast it all over Twitter.
I didn't realise that we got refused from a few places.
Yeah, because they didn't like the idea of poor people walking around their forecourts, and they did, and wherever they have their dog pampered, they didn't like the idea of poor people going into her pampering shop. So the people that were mobile, that came and washed Lucky, there was a great opportunity for them. That's how I would have done it. I would have saw it as publicity for my business. Free advertising. Exactly.
The thing is, these companies don't realise that. They don't realise it's all free advertising.
Yeah, but my point is how judgmental people are. They're casting an opinion because you are, quotation, poor. Well, you know, I've cleaned for rich people that haven't paid me. And I've taken a rich person to court and she got away with not paying me. You know, and they're actually sometimes the worse than mediocre. I mean, I hated when they kept saying to me, oh, you know, you got to be poor. And I'm going, even though I am poor, I don't like to class myself as poor, because there's somebody around the corner who is worse off than what I am. I mean, we're all going to be in the same gravy boat now after this. I mean, a few weeks' time, I've got to completely collapse my business down and go on universal credits, which is heartbreaking for me. So this week I'm going to use my time trying to set up my Auntie Ang's Useful Tips website and build up more there, and
I've got to get that going again
and bring it back up to date, which you can find on Facebook and Twitter.
Things we have to be a lot shorter with it. We can't use that as a talk thing. It's literally like if you ever watch other life hack things, they literally just they're just doing the thing. They're not talking and introducing or anything like that. They're just.
Well, I haven't, because I got the barkeeper's friend on there, and I said, "Look at it, and look how." And
yeah,
I've shown
know,
it removing marks, live.
But
marks.
You know, when I've sent you the links on, like when I've sent you videos and stuff showing all these life hacks, yeah, do you see them sit and talk and be like, "Oh, so today we're going to be doing this, that, and the other"? No, that
I haven't done that.
No, that's you have. Like you're saying, oh, we're going to show you how to do the folders, this, that, and the other.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, what we need to do is basically just cut all that introduction stuff out, just film what's going on, and you could talk about it as you go along. Just it's got to be shorter. People's attention spans are already short. Adverts have to have 5 seconds to get your attention, otherwise people click away.
Yeah, I know that because I studied that in marketing, which I told you originally, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the tumbleweed just goes straight past us then. And stuff. I don't think it's too bad what I've done yet, cheeky.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to just stop for a second just to say, make sure to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Mindstorm-Productions. Please show your support so then I can create more and better content, better quality, I suppose. And also feel free to take a look at the website at mindstorm-productions.org, where everything is bundled into one. And I guess that's it. So,
is that what I thought you did your little advert?
I've changed it up a little bit.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to change because it's just not good.
Have you anybody gone on and seen his new logo? He's modified his logo from an old one to a new one, which is quite nice. He's done. I like it because on his logo thing, you see it all crashing down, the old one, and the new one popping up. So I quite like that. I do find him quite talented on these things.
You can find the video to the collapsing logo on my YouTube channel at Mindstorm-Productions. You got to make sure you click the right one because there's multiple out there. Unfortunately, like it's the one with headphones on it. I think it's. I think the link is actually YouTube. Let me have a look. YouTube.com.
He's googling it in just now as we speak. Technology at your fingertips. I'm not very good with technology, to be honest with you. I find it quite frustrating. Why is there a monkey there?
I don't know.
Is there not for some reason? And that?
Yeah, here we go. Right, so if you go to youtube.com/user/Mindstorm Media Pro, that'll take you to the right channel. The real Mindstorm Productions, not these phony baloney pansies you've seen everywhere else.
Oh, he's got orange headphones because that's his symbol. Orange headphones and things. I thought he's going to have his little jingle going on, but he obviously hasn't done. He's failed today with it all.
Everything needs updating. Everything needs updating. A lot of stuff has changed, so everything needs updating.
Yes, and I can't say anything about Trump and that because I haven't got a clue what's going on there. And to be quite honest with you, I'm more interested in my own country. I do moan about the celebrities in America because I keep moaning about Trump, and now and again I do put on Twitter, I don't know why they don't encourage an NHS system like we have in the UK and things.
Apparently that was Obamacare or something. It's like a similar
was it
thing, yeah.
Mm.
Don't know if it's lasted, don't know if it's worked out for them there.
Has anybody felt the bit of fed up blues stuck in the house? Like I said, I have done the other day. I felt a bit down and fed up with the world, but then I put that down to lack of sleep over everything.
I'm just thinking back to celebrities and Trump and politics and stuff, like political celebrities. Like, it's okay to have a political opinion and stuff, but I think like if you're a celebrity and like don't overkill with politics. Don't turn your entire Twitter into a politics war zone or something. It's really annoying.
Yeah, but it's like when they get the Oscars, isn't it? Or the
that as well.
And they're like, oh well, thanks. You know, I don't want to hear if you dislike or like Trump. I don't particularly care. And you know,
and it's kind of obvious some of them are actually like they don't care about real political opinions. They just only care about gaining interest of the anti-Trump people just to kind of gain their audience. It's all pandering.
Yeah.
Well,
and if you want to be a vegan, that's fine, but I don't want it rammed down my throat that you're vegan the same way I don't ram my beliefs down somebody. You know, and things like that get on my nerves. And these no, they're not. They're rebellion extinctions. I'm really getting annoyed with them because they're not thinking about the environment at all. To me now, I just see them as troublemakers now because I approached one saying there's something going on in our area. Can you come along? There's going to be a little photo shoot. And she was like so busy.
It was like a mini protest to stop builders.
Houses being built on floodlands because, you know, it affects the environment. Because if you build a house on a floodland, where's the water going to go? You know, and They didn't want to know. They didn't want to know.
And then they're saying, oh, but we've got the cities and everything. Like, there's already enough people protesting in London as it is. I'm sure if you just come and help us in this small town, and
it looks better for yourself, because that way you don't look like you are causing trouble. You are actually doing what you
it doesn't
want
look
to
like
do.
you're just doing this to look good. Like you're actually contributing to something. Not just standing there spouting rubbish and then getting nothing else done.
I always look at the people who always shouts the loudest, and I stand back and think, are you shouting and actually doing anything, or are you just shouting to hear your voice to make yourself look good? And sometimes if you observe them, they're only just shouting, but if you ask them to put themselves in action,
they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it.
They come out with a million excuses to avoid it.
So
like her excuse was, oh, but like
I'm getting ready for this thing
in
London.
I'm on about the excuse of why it's not important to do with the town, and it like saying that town's not as important as the cities. And it's like, if let's say you just protest in London and just London becomes environmentally friendly, but nowhere else is, like not the towns or anything like that, it doesn't make the environment any better. You've got to help these little towns improve environmentally. If you want like the environment to improve,
because it's like the sheep, isn't it? If you get the small area sorted out and you speak louder, then it's going to be heard. I mean, if I was in her position, I would target the quiet things and give them a voice, and you give the smaller villages and the towns a voice. It's going to then overrule the cities, because let's face it, we've only got about 4 cities. How many towns and villages have we got? 4 more of them than we have them. And at the moment, I just find them as troublemakers now. I don't find them to stand the purpose what they're supposed to be.
I think in a breakdown of what you're saying is they're not giving the little guy a voice.
No.
They're basically giving the big guy who's already got the big loud voice an even bigger voice, but they're just not giving the little guy a voice who needs the help to contribute. It's like when they stop the trains. It's like that's more eco-friendly than people doing the cars. And the thing is, when they stop the cars in the middle of the street, all you're doing is just having idle cars running their engines like in one spot, like, and they're still going to use more. Well, that's just going to use more.
Why aren't they protesting
fuel
against like Range Rover? Why aren't they standing out there stopping people, in that area? Because they are bigger car, bigger engines. Why aren't they doing things like that? The simple things. But no, they'll stop a train for a nurse to get to work, or somebody, a low single parent, to get to work.
Some of them are like, oh, this is more important than your job. And it's like, if you make enemies, nobody will support your cause.
No. So, that's putting that world to rights there, and that's putting that world to rights. And stuff. Has anybody come up with this suggestion of having the little cafe open so the truck drivers can phone the cafes up and place an order so they can meet in a lay-by and exchange foods or anything like that? Has anybody done that yet?
And no contact, what's it called, cart?
So
for the side of the road for the lorry drivers.
Has any small cafes come up, contact them and gone, yes, we've gone and contacted Eddie's lorries and told him our cafe will be open. If the staff need any food, they ring in, they pay over the phone. You'll then meet them at the lay-by, roughly at a certain time. They let you know when they're at the lay-by. Then you go, right, and you prep the food and off you go and give it to them.
We just leave it on the counter, like when delivery people...
Well, no, because they can't. What I'm saying is they can't get to the cafes because the cafes are roughly in town. The lorries can't.
Yeah, so the lay-by. So basically, they'll leave... So basically, they have a booth set up on the lay-by, yeah? That's what you're trying to get at.
Could do, yeah.
Because you're not saying cafe or something.
No, you go into you phone up. Hello, I'd like to place an order, blah, 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 blah. Okay, then I'm just parked up at so-and-so lay-by. They prep the food, they get in the car, they drive to the truck.
So delivery.
Delivery.
So just a delivery service.
Yeah.
You really overcomplicated that.
Yes.
Just a delivery service for cafe. But the thing is, they've got to be pretty close to it, though. They can't just call up anywhere and expect.
No, that's what I'm saying. So if a cafe in town phones up, say Eddie's coach lorry company, and say, "Look, we're just letting you know we're opening up our cafe. So if any of your staff go in this area, because truck drivers are still driving, can you let them know that we're open up and we can send you a bit of menu, what we're going to put on? It'd be like shepherd's pie or something like that. And then once they got near the area, the 5 mile area or 6 mile area, and then they can phone up and say, by the way, I'm Joe Blogs, I've just put my car in a lay-by, I'd like this, this and this, please. And then they can prep it, take it to them, and the truck driver's got a decent meal, because all the truck cafes are closed. So they've got no, and some truck drivers don't have microwaves in their in the vehicles.
I guess it would be a lot more complicated trying to find someone in a lay-by. I was just thinking if they had like a little booth set up.
Oh no,
because
you know where the lay-bys are, isn't it? Well, the people in the you don't, because you don't bother going out in the car, but cafes and truck drivers know what lay-bys are going to be at.
All right.
Do you know where the Lovers Lane is in Peterborough?
No.
No, well, I do. No, that sounds actually quite wrong. The only reason why I know about it is because people have told me about it and pointed it out to me. That's how I know about it. I know. I need a shot.
You dropped yourself in that one, you have.
It isn't like that.
Okay, alright, whatever you say.
It's just sort of like, well, I had to pick one up quite quickly. You don't get to know lay-bys, but people in their area do. You just don't bother because you're not interested.
Sometimes there's like 3 or 4 lay-bys in one strip of road before.
Yeah, but they all have their little code in there. If you go on one so-and-so's road...
Alright. No, I forgot what I was going to say.
That's nothing much then, easy, is it? Anything exciting happen on TV-wise? No, what we're catching up with watching? Oh, The American Office, aren't we?
Yes. I mean, I've already seen The Office, but sitting my mum through it as much as possible.
What's Lyra watched?
Oh, I don't know. She watches
Twilight?
like Twilight.
Is it Twilight?
Yeah.
I've never seen Twilight.
Nobody likes Twilight.
I don't know. A few people have. I'm going to sit and watch
Not
it
enough
one day.
people. I think more hate Twilight than people do.
Really?
Even the actors hate Twilight.
Do they?
Yes.
Prove it. Get him to Google it in quick. How can they like it anyway? I thought they liked it. It seemed all right for the clips I've seen.
Yeah, like the story's poor, the editing's poor, the effects are poor. Everything about it's so bad.
I don't know. It seems all right. I will be introducing a homeopath at some point to come along and talk about some of her remedies. A couple, so she'll have a list. I think I'm going to introduce her next week. Well, it depends on this breakdown, doesn't it? If the isolation gets any stricter, she might not be able to. But then on the other hand, could she? Because I have prescriptions off her. So I think he's Googling everything in now. You're doing Robert Pattinson and that.
Right, let's have a quick look.
Oh, when I read it, it seemed like it was a book that wasn't supposed to be published.
It was so long.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, and we were shooting it forever.
If Edward was not a fictional character and you just met him in reality, you know, he's one of those guys who'd be like an axe murderer.
When you put the bare facts out, he tells I'd killed 40 or 50 people, and he's like, you really shouldn't, and I want to kill you so much. Every single day, every moment I'm with you, I desperately wanted to kill you. And she's like, I don't care, I love you. And it's like, well, there's definitely something wrong with her, and there's very obviously something wrong with me.
I was convinced that Stephanie was convinced she was Bella. And especially when she says, oh, it was based on a dream, and it's like, oh, I had this dream about this really sexy guy, and she just writes this book about it. It's like, this woman is mad.
Were you happy with your pay?
I don't know. Could have been better.
And I hardly get to do any vampire stuff.
What?
So yeah, he kind of criticises it a lot. He doesn't like it. What was that Robert Pattinson? Sorry for
Wasn't
butchering his
he
name.
the main character?
He is the main guy, yeah. He is the main vampire.
Very British, isn't he?
I don't know if he is British or not.
He
Probably
sounds
is, maybe.
British. He sounded very
London,
British.
born in London.
Yeah, told you. His accents come out. And everything. Do you know what? I'm getting quite excited to do these podcasts and stuff.
They just need more prep work, more updates.
I know, a bit more, because I look at that and think, yeah, I'm going to talk about that, and then go and talk about that, and then I put the piece of paper down, and I'm going, where the hell have I put that piece of paper down? Where has it gone? So I'm a dippy mare. So I should do a bit more of a mind map and that.
I just have a lot to prep in, like, tech-wise. But,
oh yeah, you nearly never had we up and running again on time.
Yeah.
You've got to plug something in place.
Well, it doesn't help when I have to cram myself in that tiny little corner.
Oh, and if you're thinking, oh, this is sounding very professional or done,
It does
I'm
not.
What
I don't think they do.
I don't want it to be professional. I just want it to be.
I want it to be a little professional. Like, no, a podcast is a podcast of people chatting together as normal. Yeah, I'm just thinking about tech-wise. It needs more professionalism.
Oh, tech-wise, I'm not stressing about. But I'm
I
gonna.
am.
Yeah, you can. That's your job. You know, I'm just happy just to plod along. I haven't sent the letter off for a job that I'm applying for. I'd like to tell you what it is, but I'm not going to yet until I've had a yes, I can have come for an interview. Then I will tell you. Or B, if I get rejected, I then can tell you. But I will be. That's one of the goals to do as well. Oh, see, I do these things and then I've made for a couple of days and hardly anything's got done. I've got loads of emails I've got to write back to. I've got to get my bottom into gear and get sorted out. So we'll go for the jog. You can do yourself some wraps because that chicken's got to be eaten today.
Okay.
So you've got to do that. I'll have that leftover beef black bean thingy with my homemade egg fried rice.
It'll take you like 3 years to make.
I did not.
She's slow at prepping food.
I am not that
I take
bad.
over quite a lot.
No, I'm trying to encourage them to cook. That's what it is.
I've done 3 years of cooking at uni on my own.
Oh God, get the violin out. He's done some cooking.
No, it's not sympathy. It means that I'm capable.
No, I made you do some cooking before you even left.
So?
Yeah, well then.
And now I come and fix your cooking.
No, he does not.
Yes,
my
do.
cooking's fine. He's a cheeky little bleeder.
Like
my cooking
literally,
is fine.
Like when she's cooking pizza, I'm like, do you know how long that's supposed to be in there for? Like, I guess 20 minutes or something.
No, I do not.
Yes, you did that the other day, yeah. And then I read the box. I'm like, it says 16 minutes.
I did not. I keep an eye on it. That's what it is.
Keep an eye on it, yeah.
I've still got to clean out one of my ovens anyway. I haven't finished doing that. I only cleaned one of them out.
What else was it you were butchering the other day? I had to come and take over.
No, you didn't.
Butchering some food, and it's like, no, Mum, stop, out of the way. Come on, I've got to do this now.
He's lying.
I have to fix it sometimes.
He doesn't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. And it's not pantomime just yet, neither, cheeky. No, so we're going to go for my little jog. Get Callum
Have a nice
walking
little
out
evening jog.
take Lucky out for a little stroll because we have to carry her. She has about 30
Yeah,
second walk and then she
can't
gets
go for proper
carried.
walks now. Tell you what though, that lump is looking a lot worse than what it was.
Yeah, she got a lump on herself as well, so I wasn't too sure if it was cancerous.
It's the second lump after we've had an operation to get rid of the first lump.
And unless I paid £70+ to get it examined what it was, I couldn't afford that, which you can't afford when you're on a low income, unfortunately.
So she's growing a third one right there.
She got one under her ribs as well. That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if it's cancerous she's come out with, bless her. But she is an old dog. She isn't a young dog. She is quite old as well.
12 years?
She's 11 and a half years old.
11 and a half.
And she's a pedigree chihuahua, so... Pedigree dogs don't last...
I thought they'd live up to 18.
Not all of them, no.
Roughly.
I think
they've actually upped the age now.
Yeah, but they say the
20.
mixed breeds, they last longer than the pedigrees.
Alright then.
So... Which you think that'd be odd? You think the mixed breed wouldn't last long as pedigrees? Now, I could be wrong, and somebody can quite happily tell me I'm wrong in places if you like. I don't mind it, because I'd rather be wrong than right sometimes.
I'd rather be informed than wrong all the time, I guess you're trying to say. Like, you'd rather be wrong than right. That doesn't sound right. No, so
yeah, but when you're a mother and you're always right, it'd just be nice to be wrong for once.
Yeah, she thinks she's always right.
No, I know it. You've seen the jokes, haven't you? If you want to argue with your wife, slap yourself across the face and then we go through your list.
Alright, well, anyway, it's time to finish this up. So, remember, please check out the Patreon at patreon.com/Mindstorm-Productions.
And you can find me playing Crash Bandicoot and another game, Half-Life, as well.
With on Patreon, you get like rewards and bonuses and exclusive access to stuff. So check it out, and I'm always welcome for ideas to make my Patreon better. And also
any suggestions through Twitter wouldn't go amiss.
Yep.
For next convos.
And
stay safe. Do not go beyond the government guidelines, please. Think about others.
You can find Auntie Ang on Twitter at Angela_C_Begbie, and you can find me on Twitter at _Mindstorm. Or is it the Mindstorm? I actually forgot. I forget my own stuff. I run too many accounts that I forget my own things. I am, the _Mindstorm. Jesus. Also, check out the website at mindstorm-productions.org, where everything all gets bundled into one place. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you around maybe next week, and hopefully be a bit more prep. I probably said the same thing last week.
You said it last week.
Yeah.
I got myself organised, but I couldn't find where I put my... I want to say this, and this.
I've made a small update to the visuals.
But I did like to make point that please go by the guys by the government for the ones that are suffering with cancer and they absolutely need treatment. So please think about them.
Stay indoors. Don't be an idiot.
Thanks.
That should be the new motto. All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.